Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the winners for the Warhammer Miniature of the Year 2024. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so what better way to start off 2025 than taking a look at the winners of 2024's Miniature of the Year. You voted in droves, and the winner of this year's Warhammer Miniatures of the Year 2024 have been decided. There are 3 categories this year: Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and the best of the rest, giving you the opportunity to champion your favorites more freely than ever. 2 chapters were reinforced in Warhammer 40,000 this year, while the Tau Empire deployed its auxiliaries in force. The psychotic heretics of the Night Lords definitely did not point out an array of extremely sharp implements at us while we put this list together, and no freshly flayed skin had any impact on the final standings. In short, you voted for the Night Lord's Nemesis Claw, which brings one of the most brutal and fearsome legions of life with gruesome detail. Alright, so here we have the Miniature of the Year 2024. First place, the Night Lord's Nemesis Claw. So I gotta say, this is an awesome kit. It was definitely extremely popular. It was sold out on multiple occasions. The initial launch for Kill Team sold out. It then came into stock for individual purchase and sold out immediately. And then it was reboxed again for the new edition of Kill Team and once again sold out. So honestly, I gotta say, I'm not surprised at this one. Very, very cool kit. Definitely a massive fan of the new Night Lord's upgrade frame. But that being said, it is just an upgrade frame. So I guess the idea that Games Workshop took the existing Legionaries kit, created an upgrade frame to make it awesome, and that one Miniature of the Year is both absolutely amazing and also a little bit sad. So while I am definitely a big fan of the new Night Lords, I am a massive fan of the upgrade frame itself, and I think it's phenomenal. I gotta say, I've kind of got mixed feelings on a unit winning Miniature of the Year, as well as an upgrade frame. But that being said, the Night Lord's Nemesis Claw were definitely absolutely amazing. And based on the level of popularity, just by how quickly they've sold out on multiple occasions, I'm not surprised. The top 5 continues off a little more wholesomely, with the provisionally prepared diorama reminding us that a full stomach is as important as a full magazine. The Inner Circle Companions and Asmodai, Master of Repentance, represented the Dark Angels, while Celestian Sacrosanct Aveline took the 4th spot in a fleur-de-lis-shaped blaze of glory. So provisionally prepared, definitely very cool little model here. Awesome little diorama. Definitely a big fan of this. Not surprised to see it up in the top. Also, the Inner Circle Companions, one of my personal favorite kits of the year. Absolutely amazing. Definitely a awesome kit. Tons of cool options. And really a defining part of the Dark Angels, their new range. And I'm definitely happy with these. And then, of course, Celestia Sacrosanct Aveline in 4th place. You guys know this was one of my picks for Miniature of the Year. Absolutely phenomenal kit. Definitely an amazing model. So happy to see her up in the rankings. And then also Asmodai, Master of Repentance. Definitely a really cool model here. Not sure that this one necessarily reaches the top for me. And realistically, a little bit surprised to see this one here. While I know Dark Angels are super popular, and obviously we see multiple winners in the top 5, I guess I'm not surprised that a lot of people voted for just Dark Angels in general or Asmodai. But I guess more than anything, I'm a little bit disappointed, just in retrospect, looking at the winners for 40k. Awesome kits, definitely some nice characters, some nice squads, an upgrade frame taking 1st place. I guess realistically, just compared to last year, these winners, for 40k at least, are a little bit underwhelming. And we'll do a quick little recap of last year's at the end, and see if you share my same sentiment. Rounding out the top 10 were the Deathwing Knights, the Vespid Stingwings, the Orc Big Mech, the Red Gabos Abominable Snowman, and the Blood Angels Chaplain Lamarties. Big things occurred in the Mortal Realms all year. The Dawnbringer series rounded out one edition, and Skaventide rang in the next with the dolorous chiming of brass bells. Usharan proved his worth as the epicenter of the sticky flesh-eater courts, and the glorious visage of the Summer King takes his rightful place at the top of the pile, with no delusion needed. Alright, so very cool to see Usharan at the top of the list. I definitely think that this is a worthy model or worthy kit of 1st place for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Usharan is absolutely phenomenal. And honestly, all year from the reveal of this model, this was definitely my pick. And only at last minute did I change to Vizek Scour. But I am in no way disappointed with this. Usharan is amazing. Definitely worthy of the Sigmar throne. It's no wonder the Vizek Scour, Prophet of the Horned Rat, picked up 2nd place, after a Skaven plan actually came together. Chaos put in a great showing with votes from Abraxia, Spear of the Everchosen, and the Chaos Sorcerer Lord, while the Soul Light for Order shines through with Grombrindale, the White Dwarf, in 4th. So Vizek Scour, absolutely amazing. Again, no disappointment here. The fact that we got 2 amazing, awesome centerpiece models that were this absolutely phenomenal, I think really speaks highly of just how great a year this was for Age of Sigmar. Abraxia, also an absolutely phenomenal model. Definitely love the new mount, the new style, the look, the tactical rock. So no disappointment here. And then of course we see Grombrindale, the White Dwarf. Again, phenomenal model, amazing base. Definitely much in the style of Gordrak and a classic White Dwarf model. One that definitely represents Games Workshop, as we've seen multiple iterations of Grombrindale over the years. And this one is by far the best. And then finally we had the Chaos Sorcerer Lord. Definitely a cool model, and I don't want to downplay this one at all, but realistically, I don't think this even comes close to the rest of the sculpts. Very cool model. Definitely happy to have a new Chaos Sorcerer Lord, especially if you're going to be running multiple of these in your army, so you don't have to use duplicates. The old sculpt is a little bit played out, so this is for sure a glow up, but nowhere near on the level of the other ones. The top 10 was rounded out with the Rat Ogres, Marshall Ashfield and Squire Uno, Crethuza the Croneseer, the Steel Rook, and Tornus the Redeemed. So yeah, phenomenal year for Age of Sigmar. Skaven Tide alone was just filled with absolutely amazing models, but love to see a couple centerpiece models winning first, second, and third. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, CMO Games. CMO Games carries a full range of Games Workshop products including miniatures, paint, terrain, tools, and more. They take pre-orders for most Games Workshop new releases as early as possible, usually 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. CMO Games offers 15% off of MSRP for most all Games Workshop products and offer fast free shipping to the continental United States on orders over $50. Most orders ship out within 24 hours. You know their customer service is top-notch as they've been selling games online for over 20 years. Use the affiliate link below and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. The final category gave miniatures that aren't part of the main Age of Sigmar or Warhammer 40,000 setting a chance to shine. And it's no surprise that the Osseous centerpiece launched at the dawn of Warhammer the Old World took the top spot. The Tomb King Lich Priest on Necrolith Bone Dragon, lumbering into pole position, heralding the return of the cherished setting. So yeah, this is definitely one that escaped my ire when we were talking about the winner for a non-40k Sigmar category, and realistically, definitely not disappointed with this one. The Lich Priest on Necrolith Bone Dragon is absolutely amazing. Massive kit, huge upgrade, and definitely a crowning release for Warhammer the Old World. Very, very nice. First place winner here. Definitely a super cool kit with some cool little options as well. Again, no disappointment here. Definitely worthy of the top spot. And then moving on from there, the Old World continued to delight with the numinous Lady Elise Duchard. But there were votes aplenty for Necromunda and the Horus Heresy with the Thousand Suns Librarian Console, Malstrain Alpha, and the Alpha Legion Saboteur Console, all confidently placing in the top 5. So you guys know Lady Elise Duchard, second place, was my top vote. And while it's definitely not as detailed as the Necrolith Bone Dragon, I just think this is a phenomenal sculpt, absolutely amazing model. And the second I saw this, I knew that this was the type of model that got me excited to paint it. And I think for me, that's probably one of the biggest pushes for what's going to make me select Miniature of the Year. I definitely felt that way with Usharan, also with Vizek Scour, and Lady Elise Duchard also taking that spot for me. So very, very cool. The Thousand Suns Librarian Console, again, very cool, but just definitely not on the level of these other ones. I do think Games Workshop has crushed it with the Horus Heresy characters. There's been a ton of them that showed up and just got me excited. As someone that doesn't even play Horus Heresy, seeing some of these characters definitely made me want to pick them up. But obviously, I'm a little bit less impressed by anything that comes out in forgeworld resin, which was my main argument about Lady Elise Duchard. And part of the reason that, honestly, I think that the Necrolith Bone Dragon deserves that top spot because it came in plastic. And then just wrapping out the list, we have the Malstrain Alpha. Nice kit overall, again in resin, so definitely takes a couple points away. And definitely just not on the level. It's a cool sculpt, and I definitely like the overall look of the Alpha. The Malstrain Gene Stealers are definitely a cool spin on things. But for me, this one's not even in the top 10. The Alpha Legion Saboteur Console, very cool. Always nice to see some Alpha Legion custom sculpts. Again, resin, but I do love like the Alpha Legion style plates, the scales. And for me, this definitely just reinforces my point. The Games Workshop has been killing it with the Horus Heresy individual characters, even if they are all in Forgeworld. The Bretonnian Lord on Royal Pegasus came in 6th, followed by the Chaos Dwarf Blood Bowl team, the Dwarf Lords with Shieldbreakers, the Malstrain Gene Stealer Abomination Gang, and the Questing Knight Paladin. So yeah, definitely some other winners up there. I would have liked to see the Chaos Dwarf Blood Bowl team rank higher. That is definitely amazing and got me excited for some Chaos Dwarfs to eventually come in a full range for Warhammer the Old World. But overall, very happy with 2024. Amazing models came out for all different game systems, and I think in general, Games Workshop killed it. Many thanks to everyone who voted, with Fulgrim just revealed, Krieg incoming, the Eldari returning with fresh Aspect Warriors and Phoenix Lords, and Grot's Thrall of the Glareface Frazzle Git joining the Gloomspite Gits. 2025 is set to be an incredible year for new miniatures. So yeah, definitely got to agree on that one. Super excited for 2025 and some of the stuff that's been shown off in general. But real quick, before we wrap up, let's take a look at what won in 2023. And also make sure to let me know down in the comments what you thought. Are there any miniatures that you didn't see on the winners list that you would have liked to, or you felt deserved to be there? Are there any miniatures that showed up in the top 5 for any of these categories that you just weren't impressed by? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. Alright, so just a quick little wrap up for 2023. I own a Scriptborn, absolutely phenomenal model. Definitely crushed it with this one. Death Leaper, again, phenomenal model, absolutely amazing, and just massive upgrade coming into plastic. Vastor the Archfane, again, super cool, definitely no disappointment here, as this is something completely new and completely out of the box for 40k. The new Dante model, absolutely amazing as well, definitely impressed with this sculpt, the overall action pose. Talia Vedra, 100% the best Manicore model I have ever seen, no disappointment here. The Harbinger of Decay, a new sculpt for a classic model, phenomenal pose, and definitely one of those models that just gets you excited to paint it. And then, of course, the Norn Emissary / Assimilator, again, just top-notch model right here, something brand new to the range, a huge upgrade, and definitely gives off some of those alien movie vibes. And then third place, we had Commander Farsight, top-notch, amazing sculpt. They just killed it on this one. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. Angron, Primarch of the World Eaters, one of the best kits and individual model sculpts Games Workshop has ever produced. 100% worthy of second place, possibly even first. And then finally, wrapping it all out with the 2023 winner, first place, Lionel Johnson. Completely amazing sculpt, another Primarch returns, and 100% worthy of the top spot. So overall, I gotta say 2023 was absolutely amazing, especially for 40k. 2024, also amazing, but definitely a little bit more focused on Warhammer Age of Sigmar and some of the other games. Not seeing a big centerpiece model in first place for 40k, not only a bit surprising to me, but also I think reflective of the actual 40k releases. But I do think overall Games Workshop did a great thing by splitting up the categories. I think it would be very hard for any of the other games to beat out 40k because there's just so much more popularity because so many more people play the game. So many more people collect and paint the models. So breaking it down so you have 40k, Age of Sigmar, and then everything else makes a lot more sense because it's really going to reflect overall what the best models are. Better than just having the majority rule and democratic vote that's almost always going to lean towards 40k. So let me know what you think of the 2024 winners, compare those to the 2023 winners, and then some of the cool models that we've already seen shown off coming in 2025. And let me know if you too are excited for what's to come. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products. And make sure to tell them that Warhammer Man sent you. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.